What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. Conspicuous by his absence is the podcast dad. He, as you know, is in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, or was this weekend. He is on his way back to Cincinnati, but he will be joining me tomorrow, which I really need him back. It's been a busy weekend and a lot of stuff has gone down. So I'm excited to talk with him about the events of Elimination Chamber this past weekend. But it's Monday. It's a new week, new attitude. We're here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know we're getting started a little bit early, but again, I've just been buzzing from this entire weekend. So it's time to talk a little bit of wrestling. So thank you for joining us. As always, make sure to follow us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, do us a huge favor: subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We need your help to get there. So just tell one person. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dispensary person, tell your bartender, tell your therapist. Help us grow our community. We're having a lot of fun over here, and we hope that you will continue to be part of it. While you're at it, go show some love to our friends over at the Main Event Wrestling Network at @main_event_ on all social media platforms. If you love great live podcasts, live watch-alongs of weekly TV, blogs, fan art, memes, you name it, we have it. Incredible group of people that we work with. Shout out to Mr. OTM. We had a main event mixer last night breaking down Elimination Chamber, and Mr. OTM is right. Just tell one person. Just tell one person. Super simple. Send a link. We're already sharing TikToks and Reels all day long, so enjoy us and add us to your rotation. But check out our main event mixer last night with Mr. OTM, breaking down the chaotic events of Elimination Chamber. We also have another one coming up this weekend. We've got the podcast dad. We've got the podcast son. And I believe there's one other person. I'm sorry that I'm blanking right now, but that's what Kyle's for in the comments. Tell me who is going to be on the mixer this weekend talking AEW Revolution. One great weekend of wrestling followed up by another, and absolutely cannot wait. While you're at it, go show some love to our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel, GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site wide. So shout out to Will and the crew, and go get yourselves some merch today. And like I thought, okay. So yeah, Mr. OTM, podcast dad, and the podcast son. Should be a damn good show. I know that I will be in the chat and hope to see you all there. Like I said, podcast dad is not here, and I promise you guys are not going to have to listen to me talk to myself for a half hour. That is because we have a very special guest tonight, Scott Hensley, the founder of the SCI Rumble. This weekend, the 2025 edition of Scenic City Invitationals Rumble takes place, and we're diving deep into the exciting matchups and the full card. Scott's a friend of the show, had an incredible time at Scenic City Invitational last year, and all I can say is this guy knows how to put on a banger of a show. So without further ado, do me a favor. Please welcome Scott Hensley to the show. Scott, what is going on? Long time no see.
Hey, glad to be here.
It is always a pleasure to catch up with you. It's been a while since we've seen you in person, but you're consistently one of the hardest working men in Tennessee and Georgia right now. Caught you last weekend at Action Wrestling. Hell of a card there as well. Take us through what you thought about last weekend before we dive into the Rumble this weekend.
Talking about Action, you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. What an event. Action just continues to. It makes my job harder because I try to sort of make Scenic City feel like really special. And we've got TWE in Chattanooga and Action that just absolutely kill it every show now. And so it's so much harder to make Scenic City feel more special than what TWE and Action are already doing. We had a crazy triple threat tag team match that would be, easily a main event anywhere with Top Team, Culture Inc., and the Infantry. I'm sorry, not Culture Inc. Unfortunately, they could not be there. No. But it was Good Hand defending those tag team titles against Top Team and the Infantry, and they tore the house down. And I thought Casey Owens and Adam Priest I thought was absolutely incredible. Timothy Bosby and Big Dave, they went to war, and I mean, to throw somebody like Big Dave around is just incredible. But Bob's here. Bobby Flacco
Yeah.
returned, and so I mean, it's so exciting to be a part of an event like Action Wrestling where you never really know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, and speaking of Action World Champion Tim Bosby, he is actually going to be defending that championship at the Rumble. This is an incredible match. Sean Campbell, one-on-one here. Tim Bosby, over the last year that we've gotten to know him, there's been a bit of a personality shift, so to speak, especially after aligning himself with Dylan Hales. So take me through what is going to make this match so special between two incredibly talented performers in the southern states right now.
Yeah, Sean Campbell is a guy that he is not afraid of anything. He is absolutely fearless. He's a fun underdog guy that's just tough as nails. He's got the KOBK behind him, and Tim Bosby. I mean, like you said, what a change in attitude and personality and everything with Dylan Hales in his corner now. And if you blinked, you missed it because Dylan Hales is now representing Tim Bosby, and he's calling himself the AD, like an athletic director. So I don't know if his director or department will end with Bosby, or if he'll start recruiting some more people. But he's got a blue chipper in Bosby. There's no doubting the talent that Bosby has, but could Dylan eventually become a distraction? We'll see. But we know that Campbell is he could be taking a beating, but he's going to come out on the other side of it, and he may be holding the Action Championship, the World Championship, at the end of that. We've seen it change hands in Chattanooga before, and we could see it
Yes.
again.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Bosby's coming up on 100 days as Action Champion. I think he's already hit that milestone, so congratulations, I
Wow.
guess. But yeah, I mean, it's only fitting that clipsing that 100-day mark, he's now got Scenic City Rumble coming up. Before we move on to the next match here, for people that may not be familiar, tell us a little bit about the origins of the SCI Rumble.
Yeah, so we do large fundraisers for the local area in Chattanooga. We work with schools, and so we wanted to do some events that sort of correspond to our big tournament that we do each year, with it being the Scenic City Invitational Tournament that you mentioned, getting to come to and having such a good time at. So we wanted fun events that if you want to keep following along, you can, but are also just very exciting as standalone events, because we'll have a lot of just very casual fans there from the school that just want to come out in their community and have a good time. But then we also want to pull them in, and we want to make them a part of future events. We want to create a community, and so the Rumble ties together with everything that we do. We have even that match we just mentioned. Tim Bosby and Sean Campbell actually both picked up wins at our last event, and so we get a little continuation there if people want to follow along and see what we're doing. The winner of the Scenic City Rumble gets to be in the Scenic City Tournament, Invitational Tournament, and they get to choose their first round opponent from the field. So we like to tie it together and just make it interesting, and we've been doing that for going on. I guess this is probably 5 or 6 years at least of doing the Rumble now. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 30 participants. A number of them have been named already. Give us some of the insider buzz. Who are people saying that are some of the favorites going into this weekend?
I don't think I've really heard favorites because, not even half of the field has been announced. I may have lost you there for a second. Are we still good?
Yeah, no, we're great.
Yep. So not even half of the entrants have been announced. So it's really open to anybody. We have so many young, hungry wrestlers that are making maybe their debut with Scenic City, or maybe their second or third appearance. But It's really a match of opportunity. As we saw last year, Aaron Wade, sort of came out of nowhere and won the match, defeating Rob Killjoy in the final there. And since then, now he's the TWE champion, and he has a singles match this year. But we will see from the other competitors on the show, who else wants to, try to get in there and win their opportunity to be in the tournament. And it doesn't necessarily mean they won't be in the tournament if they don't enter,
Sure.
but it's huge to be able to pick your own opponent.
Yeah, I mean, and as somebody that again has attended SCI, and what I love is that your events are essentially like 10 pole events for each season that there is. So we got SCI Rumble tournament will be in July, and then we'll have Battle for Sail Creek again. I'm hoping in the fall. But you also try to tie it around a weekend where there's also potentially some TWE events happening either the day before or the day after. So tell us a little bit about what you have planned as far as in the TWE arena outside of the Rumble.
Yeah, so this Friday night, TWE actually presents Friday Night Fights. We've got O'Shea Edwards coming to town to take on Tim Bosby. I mean,
Love that.
Tim Bosby may come into the Rumble without the Action Championship anyway. O'Shea may be our new Action Champion, and who would not love that? If you've ever seen O'Shea Edwards, he's great. Just so much fun and energy and talent, but he's coming into TWE. We unfortunately couldn't get him for the Rumble, so he's off doing other things as well. But that makes it even more special. And like I said, TWE is killing it. They
Yeah.
are packing it out at the TWE arena, and it's such an intimate space that's so fun to watch wrestling in, with the lighting and the screens and the videos that Skunk puts so much work into.
Mhm.
It's an experience there, and they're coming out of the gate, and it's very competitive. I mean, the TWE powers that be don't want to be viewed as the little brother of Scenic City, and they aren't
Yeah.
anymore. We're like a cousin now.
I love that comparison. I really do. Something else I also think is really fun that's taking place, if I'm not mistaken. Not only do we get Cruel in action against Shane Mercer, but Cruel is also going to be hosting a seminar. This is it's almost kind of surprising to imagine Cruel sitting there teaching and giving guidance and wrestling advice. It seems foreign to me just from what I've seen of him in the ring. So tell us a little bit about what what people can expect from this seminar with Cruel.
To get a plug in, if you don't have anything going on this weekend on Saturday, if you want to branch out, come to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Check out this seminar. Cruel now has an action figure with MLW. I think he's in the top 50 or 100 independent wrestlers in the world. Well, wrestlers in the world by PWI, probably be top 10 independent wrestlers. But he's a guy that's not an overnight sensation. This didn't just happen overnight. He's a guy that put in lots and lots of time as sort of just a guy. He's always very talented, but it was sort of creating the character and getting a machine behind him, learning how to market himself to fans, promoters, be somebody that other people want to work with. And he's an A+ person to work with. He is, one of the best characters in all of professional wrestling. A real life horror movie star. A horror movie monster that comes into the ring. And if you watched any of the the charting the territory, or not charting the territories, the Monday night shows that we did in Chattanooga. a couple summers ago when Cruel was really featured. Anytime he's coming out, I am getting out of the ring. I don't want to be
Yeah.
anywhere near him because he strikes fear in everyone as a wrestler. But we are giving a free seminar to the person who drives the furthest. So if you put in the miles and you want to come network and you want to, take this chance of coming in and, hey, the seminar is on us if you drive the furthest. Also, at least one standout from the seminar will be selected to be in the Scenic City Rumble match. This is actually how we found Adam Priest back in 2017. So, put the work in, come knock down this door, or the door is open, step through. We really want people to succeed. We want to be a part of that success, of offering legitimate opportunities to learn, to network, to earn opportunities, to learn or earn spots on the event itself, and be seen by hundreds of people live and maybe thousands of people on IWTV.
Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't light a fire under you, I don't know what will. I mean, especially seeing, Adam Priest match against Casey Owens is really fun to watch last week as well. I mean, also Scenic City Invitational last year broke the trophy over Mander's head and sent the place into a fucking frenzy. I mean, if there's, I can't think of a better endorsement of why somebody should make the drive to Tennessee. I mean, we've certainly done it, and it's a fun one. So I think that there's a lot that people can get excited about here. I believe that Alex Kane, Casey Owens, and Noah Vale are all scheduled to appear. There's been some friction with the good hand. A lot of that you saw at Action last week. I mean, how much longer are they going to be able to coexist? I mean, Chug D is on fire right now, but so is Alex Kane, and Casey Owens is trying to get some of that back after getting beat up by a gym teacher.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for the good hand. They are still, I would say, outside of the ring. Inside of the ring, they're winning championships and they're doing well. But outside of the ring, they have had some issues, and so they're trying to sort of add a new member. Maybe this is a tryout for Noah Vale, who is very, very talented, out of
Insanely talented.
Florida, and just does a lot of different events. But like you said, is Alex Kane wanting to put someone else in the good hand, or is he going to be able to work with Casey Owens? They seem to be ready to just punch each other in the face. And now Noah Vale's coming into this. Is it like coming into a dysfunctional family, or going over to someone's house and all they do is argue or something? It's like, hey, I'm out. You guys settle it. Like, just, yeah.
And Noah's
So we'll see.
somebody that will dive into that chaos too. Like, will not, eventually decisions will be made as far as who to side with within this good hand conflict. But I mean, they've been on fire for the back half of 2024 coming into 2025. So I'm really excited to see where this takes us, because I just feel a powder keg ready to explode.
Yeah. And you can't look away. It's very exciting, and all very talented members of that group, and they all sort of bring a little something different to the table. And so we'll see if I think they're going to do probably a 6-person tag match, and so we will have them 3 opponents, and it should be pretty exciting.
Can you give us any insight into who those 3 might be?
It would be 3 surprises. It's 3 people we have not announced. So,
Right.
or at least 2. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, Scott, it's always great to catch up with you, and I greatly appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me. Before we kind of wrap everything up here, just because the entire wrestling world is talking about it, I want to get your thoughts on the heel turn that shocked everybody Saturday night. John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes. Our WrestleMania main event is set. Your thoughts on the execution? Just anything that you thought about what happened Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun to see something that wasn't totally expected. When you think of somebody's sort of swan song on their, their final few matches or whatever, or maybe final match, you think, oh, they probably want to be seen as, somebody that's fan friendly and,
Yeah.
on the side of good and going out on top and everything like that. So, it's really surprising to see, this guy that does, so many make-a-wish things and,
Hmm.
has the hustle, loyalty, respect, um,
Yep.
standpoint. We know what John Cena has stood for so long, but if you've been a fan long enough, then you also remember sort of the fire that he can come out and spit
Yes.
sometimes, and the attitude he can have, and so he's reverted to that, and so now I think it may have been Randy Orton that said something about fans have always wanted to sort of chant. Cena sucks, and so now they get to do that, and
Yeah.
so it's exciting, it's fun.
Yeah, no, it left us with more questions than answers, and there's going to be a lot of discourse over the days and weeks and months to come. But Scott, thank you so much once again. Tell everybody how they can check out Scenic City Rumble this weekend. Where can they follow you on social media? Give us a preview of what's going on with you in the rest of 2025.
All right. I did say that I would give you the exclusive. So if somebody
Yes.
is listening now and you are interested in coming to the 2025 Scenic City Invitational Tournament, it will once again be at the world famous TWE Arena in Red Bank, Tennessee. And the dates on that, which we are publicly announcing for the first time right here, it will be
My calendar.
Friday, July the 18th. And Saturday, July the 19th, we can expect TWE to have their Thursday night event on July the 17th. But we will have Action Future Showcase Tournament on July the 19th, that Saturday. So we're coming in hot that third weekend in July this year. Last year, I think night one, we had fans from like 4 different countries there
Yep.
for Makabe's final match.
Hmm.
So, we are so excited to have an event that connects to so many people all over the world. And this upcoming weekend is sort of the road to the SCI tournament sort of begins. It sort of began at last year's event, but it continues this weekend. East Hamilton Middle School in Appleton, Tennessee, just outside of Chattanooga. A lovely little 20-minute drive probably from downtown. And tickets are available at scciwrestling.com. You can watch live on IWTV. And tickets start at just $10 front row. I think we still have a few available, are $20. And we're so excited about this event. We raised $6,000 for that school last year that they were able to use to pay some athletic fees and buy some equipment that they needed to, benefit their school, their athletes, and student body. So we're excited about that partnership. We're excited about the event. We're excited about the invitational, and we're excited for your podcast and the support that you guys always give us.
Well, the pleasure is all ours. We'll be there in spirit this weekend, but definitely plan to be at SCI in July. So cannot wait to catch up with you. Before I let you go here, Kyle wants to give you a compliment. Loves the Manning jersey. He'll be forever one of his goats because he is an Indiana boy. So bleeds Colts blue, even though he's Gold Pack Go. So yeah, solid little mix there. Scott, thank you so much once again for joining me. As always, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. Best of luck this weekend. We'll be seeing you soon. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Real quick, I'm just going to do a very kind of quick rundown of Monday Night Raw. We've got 3 title matches announced. It looks like the first one we have Rhea Ripley taking on Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. Now it is confirmed Bianca will be challenging the winner of that match at WrestleMania. I wish it were easy to say that Rhea is going to walk out with the title here, but anything could happen after we've seen the events of Saturday night. So, I mean, there's no 3 better suited to kind of be intertwined on the road to WrestleMania as far as Bianca, Rio, Rhea and Io. I knew I was going to do that at least once, but yeah, it's Kyle says, let's go Io, let's get weird. I mean, Bianca versus Io is a WrestleMania marquee match. So is Rhea versus Bianca. I think that the only concern I have is I would like to see this get a proper longer build, not just the 8 weeks kind of obligatory road to WrestleMania. There's so many things that you can do with the both of them over a 12-month period to get to a match like this, but we will see what happens. We've also got Lyra Valkyria, taking on Ivy Nile for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Super excited to finally see Lyra with a program that she can that she can sink her teeth into. This is it's been a slow start for the women's mid-card championships, so it is nice that there's finally a program that is supporting this match here. I don't necessarily foresee Io winning, or not Io, Ivy. I don't see Ivy winning. It's been a long day. I'm sorry, everybody. It's Monday's gonna Monday, but so we've got that. We've also got the World Tag Team Championships on the line. Creed Brothers taking on War Raiders. This is another match that could go 50-50. I think that American Made, they need a shot in the arm and a little bit of gold around their waist to give this group some credibility, especially since Chad Gable is going away to find the best lucha to train with, to know the style in and out. They're going to want some success upon his return. Kyle, I'm not sure what you mean, but don't forget about your triple threats. Some title has to change hands tonight. I don't know. I mean, not necessarily has to, I would say. I think that it would be much more likely to be the oh man, this is fucking hard. I think that I'm going to double down and I'm going to say that Rhea wins. I'm not crazy about them going to Rhea Bianca without, another 6 or 8 months to build to it, but that's going to be my prediction for now. Well, and that would be a fun triple threat too. I mean, I think potentially that's something that we could see at WrestleMania, especially depending on how the Jade story unfolds. Will we get another update or follow up tonight? Remains to be seen. I know that I really want it, but this is and I've been on a couple of shows. Go check out our main event mixer if you want to see the full episode. I'm really excited to react with the podcast dad about this show. It sucks that I've had to wait all weekend for him to get back, but no, I want to go eat Cajun food and go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Dick. Anyway, it should be a fun episode of Raw. We'll be back tomorrow night. We've got Matt Kelly, one half of WrestleMatch, joining us, making his Junkies Pod debut. So, gonna have a fun conversation about the Elimination Chamber fallout, Monday Night Raw, what we see next now that the road to WrestleMania is here. We're about 8 weeks away, so I absolutely cannot wait. And yes, I did have you, and I appreciate it. Go check out my conversation with Mr. OTM. Sometimes it's podcast dad is my my work husband, so I have to eventually talk to him about this too. So I'm just excited. What can I say? But I think that is going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys so much. Thank you again to Scott Hensley for joining me. As always, follow us on X and TikTok now at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, please do us a huge favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Every little bit helps. So just tell one person. If you liked what we did here tonight, come hang out. We hope to have you again. Be active in those chats. We love to have good discourse about pro wrestling. Follow my friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. Go check out some merch at GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site wide. We will be back tomorrow to talk some Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys so much once again. I am Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast, and I will see you guys tomorrow.